Hello everybody. Today is a video I've been wanting to film for a while. So again, I know I always say I'm excited for today's video, but truly I'm excited for this one. I'm hoping to start a new series of sorts on this channel called Mega Reviews, where basically I'm particularly interested in a specific category and I just try a bunch of things within said category and give you guys a quick rundown so you can have a bunch of brands covered in one video. I will timestamp when I'm talking about each brand, maybe each product, just depending, down in the description below. So for some context, at the beginning of quarantine, so rewind several months now at this point, March, April, I was getting really sick of working from home here in my like synthetic lacy undies. I just wanted some comfy cotton or just some sort of natural fiber underwear to wear. I was also super sick of my underwire bras and wanted to find some bralettes that worked for me. And all of this being said, I of course wanted to support some brands that were more ethical in their production. I think it's important in a video like this to include my measurements, so I will show them on the screen now. I just really cannot urge you guys enough to buy a little measuring tape, know your measurements, be a smart shopper, because one element of sustainability is just finding things that actually fit you. Unfortunately, there are too many lingerie brands out there, like Victoria's Secret, honestly, even Aerie, even Savage by Fenty, that if you look at their size charts, they are just squeezing you into just the most easily mass-produced sizes. More often than not, you are not the size you think you are. And I know you hear that a lot and you probably, think, oh, well, I got measured 2 years ago. No, get yourself a measuring tape. I really like the subreddit r/a-bra-that-fits. This isn't so crucial for bralettes and things, but I did just want to mention that fit is something that's really, really important in lingerie, and it can just increase the longevity of these garments. A lot of the things I'm going to talk about today are investments, and if you're buying something that's not even your size and you're going to hate it within a year, that's not very sustainable. So first and foremost, make sure you're getting a really good fit. The media will also have you believe that a triple D or a double D is huge, when in fact, it is not. My measurements actually put me at a 30G to 30H, which might sound absurd, but really what's absurd is the lack of inclusivity in our fashion industry. So that's the problem, actually, at the end of the day. It's not our bodies, it's the sizing that's offered to us in the market. And I know I'm going off on a tangent at the beginning of this video, but this is just something I'm really passionate about, and I think it really sets the framework for everything I'm about to talk about in today's video. Yes, but with all of that said, I also want to focus on women-owned brands in today's video, just because with things happening at brands like Victoria's Secret, I just personally believe that cisgendered heterosexual men have no place in designing my panties. So that's just my personal preference. Do you, boo? I mean, in the future, I might speak to some brands like Organic Basics or Pact. Those are two other brands that sell like sustainable undergarments, but I want to focus on women, femme-owned brands today. So yeah. Getting into the criteria for the bralettes specifically, although I'm going to talk about thongs, briefs, bralettes, all of that in today's video. For bralettes in particular, I'm going to ask the two questions. One, can you live your day in it? Which basically means, does this give me enough support where I can go to the grocery store, I can go to my job, and I'll feel comfortable and supported, basically. And two, can you sleep in it? So is it so comfortable that you can literally go to bed wearing the bralette? That's something that's good to know as well. Undies, panties, I will use that term interchangeably in this video. I will just speak to, and yeah, I'll be pretty detailed, guys. So with all of that said, the brands I will be covering today are Knickey, Arc, Pansy, Cosabella, Hara, and Proclaim. So lots of goodies. I've already talked a lot. Let's get into the mega review. All right, so starting off with Knickey. This is the first brand that I ordered anything from at the beginning of quarantine. They're the most affordable, with each of their undies being $13. I picked up 5 of the thongs as well as 5 of the high-rise briefs. Something else that's great about this brand is you can bundle things. So overall, I'll just tell you right now, this is the most affordable undies brand I will be talking about in today's today's video. This brand uses GOTS certified organic cotton, which stands for the Global Organic Textile Standard, which is basically a certification that says the material must contain at least 95% organic fiber. It can't be treated with bleach or other sort of toxic or harmful chemicals. It must be colored using non-toxic dyes, and it must be produced in a fabric mill that enforces strict social and environmental standards. So I'll have some notes off to the side that I'll be referencing throughout this video, but yeah. Knickey's panties are also sewn in a fair trade certified factory, and something that was really exciting to me about the brand is they have a recycling program. So you're probably sitting on a bunch of, synthetic undies that you're trying to get rid of if you're watching a video like this. So they can take from any brand, any material, whatever, it doesn't matter, and you can mail them your old undergarments and they will recycle them for you, which is so amazing because obviously you can't really donate stuff like that. So the fact that it's not ending up in a landfill is pretty cool. So breaking things down a little bit, the thong, I really enjoy. Like I said, I have 5 of these, various colors. I love how breathable they are. They are not tight on your waist, on your legs at all whatsoever. I know some people had mentioned that they feel like this brand wears out pretty fast, especially the elastic at the top, which is true, but mostly you can see, and I'll insert a close-up as well, the lighter colored one that I have really has gotten ripped apart on the elastic, and I don't know why that is. My black ones and my more like toffee colored ones have not gone through that. I wash them the same. Sometimes I wash my undergarments by hand, just in a sink with cold water and a delicate detergent, or I will just put them into a delicates bag and wash them with whatever else. I always use cold water when I do my laundry. It's probably not surprising that I'm a bit anal about how I do my laundry, being a fashion designer. So anyway, this is to say I take really extra cautious care of my undergarments, and the only color that's experienced intense wear is the lighter colored one. So I don't know why that is. And then I really like the high-rise briefs for when I'm wearing dresses. These aren't the most high-rise briefs that I own, so for that reason they're not necessarily my favorite, but I still really like them. All right, next brand we're going to talk about is Arc. This is a brand that perhaps you've seen all over Instagram. They have a great social media presence. They have beautiful, inclusive photography. They also use GOTS certified organic cotton, and their garments are manufactured in the United States. All of their dye processes are either GOTS certified or Blue Sign certified. Blue Sign certification is based on resource productivity, consumer safety, air emission, water emission, as well as occupational health and safety. So this brand also offers some plus sizes, which is great, but they practice what they preach in their photography and the sizes they offer. So the first item I'm going to talk about is the full coverage bra, and this is $38, and they do offer another bralette that is a little bit lower cut. So if you are not quite as busty, then you will have great luck with that. And something I kind of touched on at the beginning of this video, but I just want to be clear on, I am someone who you would consider small band, large cup, which is extremely difficult to buy. So like I said, normally I would be a 30G or 30H. So that makes shopping at normal places incredibly difficult, and it also makes shopping at sustainable undergarment brands really difficult too. They usually really focus on either small band, small cup, or just folks who I guess are more proportionate in their band to cup size. So typically I'm left out from the equation completely, which is a super bummer. So when I saw that Arc had this full coverage bra, and the fact that I could get this in a small it's telling that they probably do actually practice what they preach in terms of size inclusivity, because in certain brands I'm a large, we'll get into that later, and although I'm not the smallest person out there, I'm also not the largest person out there. I think this bra is super cute and comfy. I would say I like this under sweatshirts and sweaters. If I'm just hanging out at home, I'll wear it under just a more unisex fit kind of t-shirt, but this is not the sort of thing that I would wear to work. It doesn't really hit the mark in that regard. I just wish I could shave off an inch or so from the top. I feel like gravity really does kind of pull things down in this guy, and I just feel like the straps are almost too long. And I don't know if that could be combated by trying the other bralette style on their website. I'm not sure. And also the fact that this doesn't have any sort of like separate cups on it. You do get a bit of a uniboob, so that's another reason why I wouldn't wear this under tight-fitting clothes. But this is absolutely so comfortable to sleep in. This is very, very soft. Overall, I really like this guy. I would maybe buy like one more, but this isn't going to be a bra that I will like stock up on in every single color. And then from this brand, I also bought their high-rise undies in a medium, and these are $28. And these are the most beautifully constructed undies that I own. Seriously, the binding on it is such nice quality. Even the way that the crotch is constructed is incredibly beautiful and looks like it will not wear out quickly over time. It's not too tight on the waist, not too tight on the legs. It's just dreamy, and it's like very, very high rise, so I love this under dresses. It kind of, I mean, it's not like it sucks you in or anything, but it's just very comfortable to wear. These are really nice under jeans as well. If you're wearing ribcage jeans, they are like right there in terms of rise, and I just love these so much. I don't want to ramble too much in this video because we got a lot to cover, but just know that these are amazing. A+, I think they're actually totally worth the money. Next brand we will be getting into is Pansy. Pansy uses organic cotton that is grown and milled in the United States. Actually, all of everything they do is domestic to the United States. Even their natural cotton and rubber elastic is made in Rhode Island. The manufacturing is done 20 minutes from their design studio. Everything is super close, and because of that, obviously you have less emissions from traveling and shipping and things like that, so that's great. So from this brand, I got the full bra in a large, so take note of that. This was $52, so we're getting up there a little bit, but this guy is very, very, very cute. The first time I took this out of the mail and tried it on, I was low-key kind of breathless. Not to be dramatic or anything, but this is just such a beautiful, flattering cut. The large does work well for me. It does contain all of the chest. It does fit, you know, not super snugly around my rib cage, but it's pretty good. I think for me, the main thing I don't love about this bralette are the straps, because this elastic I wish were a little bit more firm, a little bit more rigid, because again, with gravity, this just really pulls, and because of that, you're losing quite a bit of support. It would be nice if they had a particular like curvy fit where, again, the cup was just a little bit bigger in proportion to the band size. The fact that I'm a large, like, what does that give the people who are actually like larges in terms of their band sizes, but also a larger cup? Like, it's not the most inclusive selection of sizes, if I'm being honest. I do love their dyes, though. They have a beautiful color palette on their website. They also have a beautiful Instagram, and also the fact that this has some darts and shaping. Like, they just put a little bit more thought into the fit than some other like sustainable bras on the market. So for that, we're pretty good in terms of like, would I feel comfortable wearing this out and about to work? Depending, yeah. Like if I was wearing this little wrap dress, I would feel comfortable wearing this because I don't need a ton of support. Again, if I was wearing a sweater or a sweatshirt, I'd be totally chill, but this isn't something that I would feel the most comfortable wearing like a tight-fitting t-shirt to work. I have worn this though under tees to go grocery shopping. So we have a little bit of sag, but it's okay. This is very comfortable to sleep in, obviously, with all of those other things thrown into the equation. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. I also got the extra high-rise briefs in a medium. These were $42, quite expensive. I really like these. They're super cute when you get them as a full set. I would recommend the extra high-rise over just the normal high-rise. Just for me personally, again, I don't even know if I mentioned I'm like 5'9". I would say I have like kind of a long torso and kind of long legs. So because of that, the extra high-rise just like sits actually at my natural waist. Something else though to take into consideration, although I would say I'm not curvy per se in like my entire body, but my waist is maybe a little small in proportion to my like bum and thigh measurement. So these really nip in at the waist, which is a good thing, but a bad thing when you're pulling them up over your hips, because pretty much the first time I did that, this kind of zigzag stitch snapped in a couple of spots, and it's not like they're unraveling or falling apart or anything, but for the price I paid, I was kind of like, I just cringed when I pulled them on and that happened. So I would, again, kind of like the ARC set, I would consider buying maybe one more set from Pansy, but this is not something I'm going to be filling out my entire collection with. Next, we're going to get into the brand Cosabella, which I do want to be clear, this brand is maybe less like environmentally sustainable, but they really, really shine in the social sustainability front. And something else to be clear about is this isn't specifically women owned, it's owned by a couple, it's owned by a family. This is a brand that has been within the same family for 30 years. Everything is manufactured ethically in Italy and has been that entire time. So that's really, really what they stand firm in. So I just wanted to make that super clear. There's not a lot of ethical brands that take into consideration small band, large cup sizes, so I did want to give this brand a shot. Also, despite the fact that Italy often gets a bad rap for low-key being racist a lot of the time, this brand was very vocal during Black Lives Matter, which says a lot that they're not US based and that they are Italian. I don't know if that's stereotyping, hopefully it's not, but it made me feel really good as someone who at that point had already purchased their products. So the first thing I ever tried from them, and I actually bought this at a local shop here before I ever knew I was going to do this video, is the Never Say Never Curvy Sweetie Bralette, quite the mouthful. And this is in a small, and this is $65. So we are getting up there in price, but if you look at the interior of this dude, well, not even, I mean, part of the interior, part of the exterior, there's a ton of seaming, a ton of shaping. The elastic under the bust is very, very, not very, very firm to the point where it's uncomfortable, but it holds you there. Straps are the kind of elastic that actually kind of like stay put. They're a little bit wider. They are adjustable. You get a lot of the things that you get in a traditional bra with this bralette. Although it doesn't have the hook and eye in the back, this is something you can just slip on, and it's this really pretty lace. This particular fit comes in so many different colors, which is really, really nice if you try this and end up liking it. And spoiler alert, I ended up liking this a lot. This bra is so versatile. This is something that you can absolutely wear out to work. It's got great support. The support almost looks as if you are wearing a real bra. The only thing about this particular style is since it's not got like a super deep V or anything or super defined separate cups, you can get into uniboob territory, but the fact that it's supporting you so well kind of makes up for that. This is also comfortable enough to sleep in. I've slept in it several times. This is kind of like the unicorn of bralettes. It's kind of perfect. And they also carry bralettes similar to this that aren't specific to small band, large cups. So you've got that going for you. And I almost forgot to mention that they carry plus sizes as well. So it's like check, check, check across the size inclusivity list. Since I loved that bralette so much, I wanted to try something else from them. So I got this guy. This is the Evolution Curvy Bralette. This is a small. This guy is steep. This is $79.50. But again, in this particular dude, you've got that hook and eye closure. You open it up and inside you've got all of this power mesh, all of this seaming, the sort of channeling you would see in an actual bra just without the underwire. The stitching is so intentional, so detailed. The price does make sense. And this is amazing under your tight fitting tees and things like that. Since the cup stretches, I mean, you do not have the same shape totally that you would have with an underwire bra or a bra made with like a tricot that has like less stretch and stuff like that, but it's still incredibly flattering. I would still feel super comfortable wearing this to work. This bralette in particular, I probably wouldn't wear to bed. I've noticed when I'm sitting on the couch in this guy, like trying to chill out for the evening, I do get to a point where I kind of want to rip it off. But the fact that I can wear this throughout my day and be really, really comfortable and not have to deal with an underwire is pretty impressive in my book. And since I loved those so much, I also wanted to try some panties from them. But when it comes to my undies, I really have no leeway with synthetic materials anymore. I feel like things breathe better when you're you're wearing like a natural fiber. So I picked up the soft cotton thong in a small medium, and these were $24.50. And I really like these. Something to take into consideration, of course, since these are not organic cotton, you have all of the issues that you have where, you've got a lot of pesticide use, a lot of water use. The main benefit you're getting is just in your own personal body wearing the cotton in terms of breathability, but there are some environmental impacts to take into consideration with this guy, although it's still better than wearing just like a polyester sort of something or other down there for you. I really like these. I feel like they're kind of unique because although they are cotton, they are cut to be like a seamless kind of panty, which I see a lot more with synthetic materials and a lot less with cotton. So these are great under like really tight fitting yoga pants, super comfy with jeans. Like these are kind of A+, so I probably will end up buying more of these. Okay, we're getting into our last two brands. I bought some things from Hara, which this is another kind of like Instagram-y brand. They're Australian based, so shipping did take a while, especially given COVID. And something different about this brand compared to the others I've talked about is they focus on organic bamboo, which there's a lot to unpack with bamboo. While bamboo needs less water and land than cotton, and it also needs less time to grow, no pesticides, no fertilizers, there's still pros and cons, especially within the processing portion. So the most common forms of bamboo fiber you will see out there on the market are bamboo viscose or rayon. Usually rayon is the term used in the United States, whereas viscose is other places. And in that process, there's a lot of intensive chemical usage. Bamboo modal, which the first brand that comes to mind is Cup. I believe they use modal in their undies. Modal is basically processed the same way that viscose is, except even more processing because the fiber is stretched even more to get even like a silkier, drapier sort of end use. And then you have something like lyocell or tencel, which is also a wood pulp based fiber, but unlike viscose or modal, everything is made in a closed loop system, which means the water is being recycled, there's less energy use. So that's actually like the piece de resistance when it comes to sustainable fibers in this category. But Hara, unfortunately, is a little unclear in their website. I don't think it's intentional. They just use the term bamboo fiber. They don't even say what kind of fabric it is, but they do say that they use a closed loop system in part of their process, that the chemicals they use for breaking down the pulp is GOTS certified or OEKO-TEX certified, which OEKO-TEX is yet another certification that proves no harmful chemicals were used in the process. I think at the end of the day, both organic cotton and organic bamboo are pretty good fibers in terms of sustainability. I think it comes down to you as the consumer and your general preferences, especially in terms of how they feel on the skin. Bamboo is always going to be silkier and kind of drapier, whereas cotton is a little bit drier handed, but both are really breathable, both are really comfortable. So yeah, it's really up to you. So I was kind of taking a leap of faith trying this brand because I was pretty confident none of the bra styles would work for me. So I'm kind of just like, congratulations, you played yourself. But I got this Leo high cut bra in a large, and there's not much to her in terms of support. There's no adjustable straps. The straps aren't made of an elastic. It seems to just kind of be like the knit fabric that's folded into like a spaghetti strap. The back is just like a very thin channeled elastic. You do have like 2-ply in the lining of the actual like cup portion, but this, like I said, I got the large, and when this is on, like my under boob is still touching my rib cage or my chest, what have you. It's not great. It's not a great fit. I didn't figure it would be, but I just really wanted to try it out because I think this brand is doing a lot of great stuff in terms of sustainability. I also forgot to mention that they work with the Environmental Justice Foundation, and you can read more about that on their website. So they are a really great brand. And if you are someone who's maybe more of like a 32C or a 32D and a true 32C or D, because those are sizes that I've attempted to squeeze into in my lifetime, then I feel like this bra would maybe work for you. But for someone such as myself, I would say no. I'll sleep in it, but it was kind of expensive for the fact that I don't really like it that much. But again, I really played myself because I didn't think it was going to work for me. To answer the questions, could I live my day in it? I would absolutely not wear this to work. I probably wouldn't even wear it to the grocery store. Can I sleep in it? Yeah, like I said, I could. Some of the other things I got the Eva G-string in a medium. This was $35. I think it's actually a very sexy cut. I think it's really cute. I also love the color of these. I don't own a lot of red, so I was just feeling saucy and wanted to try them out. And the G-string is like a true high cut thong, whereas like the Knickey one or the Cosabella one, you can kind of hike them up a bit, but this is actually cut in a way where it's going up on your high hip area and then down in the way that like a lot of swimsuits do these days. So really cute in that regard. Does it make it worth the price to me to like order more of these as opposed to ordering more of the Knickey ones? Maybe when I get my tax return, it would feel worth it to me. And then I also got the Lena high-waist undies in medium. These were also $35, just like the G-string. I actually haven't worn these as much, but something I like about them is how soft these are. Again, since they're that bamboo, they're very like drapey and soft against the skin. But spoiler alert, I don't know. I'm just kind of like a cotton gal. I don't know why that is. So I still am pretty confident I would not repurchase these. But they're nice. I think if you're looking for a bamboo or some sort of rayon type sustainable high-rise brief, these are very good and I could recommend them to you. The last brand I want to talk about, I kind of want to breeze through this one just because unfortunately I did not really like anything that I got from them, which is such a bummer because this next brand is Proclaim. They are women of color owned. Their founder is of Indian descent. So we love that. We love that the site is very inclusive. They carry plus sizes and their whole thing is making bras and panties in a few shades of nude. So they've got a great heart and I love that, but unfortunately the execution just wasn't there for me personally. I'm not saying this stuff won't work for you, but in my experience, I just have to be honest. So I ordered the bralette in a large. I don't have it with me anymore. I returned it. I'll insert a photo here. And this was $59. So when I ordered it, I don't think I could choose the cup size because now when you go on their website, it says, you know, if I chose medium now, I have the choice of choosing between A to C cup or D to triple D. Again, though, I am not a triple D, but I'm just saying that just so you are aware because I really can't remember if I had that option when I ordered. I looked back at my receipt and it didn't say anything. So they at least had a great return policy. So if I wanted to try that out again, I absolutely could. Unfortunately, when I tried on the large of the bralette that I did order, I literally felt like I felt like an anime character where they've got like the huge tots and they're just like little triangles of fabric covering like barely anything. I'm so sorry. But that is how I felt. So yeah, I returned that. But unfortunately, I could not return the undies, obviously, even though I hadn't worn them yet. But these are the mid-rise briefs in a medium, and these are $28. So for starters, I don't like mid-rise, but I still wanted to try them out. I also forgot to mention that something else great about this brand is the bralettes and undies are made out of tencel, so that holy grail sustainable fiber. So these are very, very soft and the fabric feels nice. However, the stitch that they chose to use on the waist and the leg openings does not have enough stretch, or the fabric doesn't have enough stretch. It's just very tight on the waist and the legs, like uncomfortably so. And as you heard throughout this entire video, I ordered mediums in everything in terms of my panties. So I am a medium, like I should be a medium through and through across the board. And these are so snug. And I just want to like snap some of the tension in the stitching. They're just so uncomfortable, unfortunately. They kind of like rub into that, like where your thigh bone meets like the pelvic kind of area. It like rubs there. Again, we love women of color. These actually, I mean, they might work for you. Obviously, they have a really great following on Instagram. So maybe try the bralette because that at least has a good return policy. And then if you're feeling good, then you could try the undies. But I cannot honestly recommend them. Okay, we've been talking for a long time. I want to wrap things up. I want to give you guys a summary and kind of give you some awards, some of the best recommendations from everything that I've tried. So thongs are very important to me. I want to kick things off with my favorite thong. This is actually a tie. From a comfort, affordability, and true sustainability perspective, I have to go with Knickey. The fact that they are $13 or you can bundle them, and just knowing I would buy the toffee and black ones again and not have those issues with the elastic, amazing. Great place to start if you're kind of trying to overhaul your underwear collection. From a comfort and quality perspective, I do have to recommend the Cosabella soft cotton thong just because it's such an amazing cut. The quality is absolutely there and I really do like these. My favorite brief, hands down, and I will definitely be ordering more, are the Arc high-rise briefs. The sewing on this is just so impeccable. It kind of just makes me cry happy tears as a fashion student. These are amazing. They're absolutely worth the $28. As we spoke to some other things in this video, $28 isn't even necessarily the most expensive. It's not the most you could spend on an item like this. So for that reason, 100%, I really recommend these guys. So I have two categories for bralettes. The first bralette category is the best bralette in terms of support, and I think that's no surprise. I'm going to recommend the Cosabella bralettes to you. I want to try even more cuts and styles, just now knowing that I have ordered these both in smalls and they worked, and I know that they're ethically manufactured. These are just perfect for someone like me who's got such a niche need when it comes to supportive bralettes. So these are really the only ones that win in that category. But if I had to pick and give a recommendation for my favorite, like truly sustainable natural fiber bralette, I would give that to Pansy. I think even if I myself just like sew some of the extra, these are so stretchy. I promise I still recommend it, but if I get some of the extra out of the straps, then I think the cut of this bralette, the quality in terms of sewing is really nice here too. The color selection is beautiful. Yeah, I would recommend this over like the Arc one or the Hara ones. So yeah, that was a long video. I was filming for a long time. Hopefully I can edit this down to be like 30 minutes or something. We're at an hour here of filming. Oh my goodness, that never happens for me. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. This was a labor of love. I really enjoyed making this video. So let me know if there's any other like category, especially of apparel or something that you would want me to do a mega review of. This was an expensive video. None of these products were sent to me, so just keep that in mind. I think the next mega review I want to do is like a deep conditioner video, so just FYI. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around on this long video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy your journey to finding beautiful, sustainable lingerie that works for you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.